Okay, so it seems like we have another update on the Genshin Impact voice actor situation at the moment and the whole kind of voice actor strikes that are going on. And honestly, it's gotten way worse because it seems like, I'm just going to start off with this tweet here from SAG-AFTRA, which is pretty much quote retweeting a Honkai Star voice actor saying that, hey, we would love it if we can get back to work and stuff like that. And they were tagging Genshin Impact and Honkai Star. And they, SAG-AFTRA actually say here, we'll make it easy for you. Here's a link to our interactive video game agreement. Let's talk soon. And obviously they tag Genshin Impact, Honkai Star, Zenless, and Zero, but then they obviously get community noted twice. Obviously this person does, and then this person does, saying this agreement has severe limitations on how miHoYo can work with non-union voice actors, including a lifetime limit for the voice actor and eventually forcing the voice actors to either join the union, which has a large entry fee costs and fees and stuff like that, or stop working on the project, which is kind of crazy. So again, it seems like, the interim agreement that, these voice actors have been asking them to sign has actually been kind of revealed as it isn't like less to do with like AI. Well, obviously, the interim agreement does include AI protections, everything like that, but that isn't the main problem that a lot of people are theorizing that, HoYoverse actually has with this. And the main problem that they actually have with this is the fact that it does stop a lot of voice actors from outside of the union from actually, working on the project and stuff like that, and, almost forcing them to join the union, which, as they say in that community note, does cost quite a lot. And also, some people have their own opinions. They don't want to join a union. They don't want to join a union. But this makes it much harder for people outside of the union to actually, work on these projects, which obviously is something that HoYoverse does not want. Now, obviously, yes, maybe part of it might be reluctancy due to AI stuff, but in my last video I was saying, oh, it's just easy that HoYoverse can just sign it and this will all be over. But it doesn't seem like it's as easy as this now, and I do take back what I said in that video, because again, it isn't that easy, because there is all of these different clauses in here which make it much more complicated. It's not as easy as them saying, okay, give us AI protection and we'll continue working for you. It's not like that. They're including give us AI protection and also, don't let other non-union workers actually work on these projects and stuff like that, which again is crazy. And this all came from this one post on our Genshin Impact, which has like a little bit of a clause from this whole article stuff saying the employer, will kind of pay like a fine, I'm pretty sure, due to, the employer shall pay SAG-AFTRA as liquidated damages the sum of $500 for each breach by the employer, which is someone outside of the union pretty much, which again is crazy. And it seems like the situation's got even crazier with some of the voice actors over on Twitter. Now, if you remember, I was talking about the Paimon voice actor who was absolutely crashing out over on Twitter, talking about the fact that, this guy had stolen the job and that he's no co-worker of theirs, and that meanwhile she was saying all of this, she's not on strike herself. She's still actively working for Genshin Impact, still actively voicing Paimon, and that's because she needed money for her disabled stuff. But again, I mean, everybody needs money. I mean, everyone's got families and stuff like that too, I know, being disabled, it does cost a lot more money, and, there's a lot of bills you do have to pay. But I feel like, everyone else as voice actors, I know voice actors don't get paid, an awful ton. Everyone else needs to get paid as well. And I feel like, it's just one of those situations where, I feel like it's fine if she wants to, because, obviously she does need the money, but going after all of these voice actors and going so aggressively over on Twitter at them, it's just like, okay, let's calm that down a little bit, because it's just very weird to me. But it seems like since then, it's gotten pretty bad with Brianna, one of the voice actors for Genshin Impact for Hu Tao, actually getting an email from them pretty much like mocking her dead sister, which is crazy, which, obviously it should never get to this point. Obviously, a lot of the voice actors have been, very rude and stuff like that over online. I'm not sure about Brianna in particular, but, a lot of the other ones that we have covered have been. And they have been, but it never goes to this point where you should be sending them death threats or mocking their dead family members or things like that. That's just whenever it gets too far. You can call them out for, being hypocritical or being rude to this, new voice actor, but actually going after them and actually, kind of getting into their personal life is just like, okay, let's just not do that, because that's just like entirely weird. And obviously it's very messed up, especially with a situation like this, because obviously, having a deceased little sister isn't a normal thing. It's not a regular thing that people have, and it's probably quite a not a very good situation for her. and her family, so you don't really want to go in and, you know, do anything like this. So again, obviously this stuff is absolutely terrible, and obviously there's a lot of support in the comments behind that. Now obviously if we go over to Jacob Takanashi as well, the person who actually took over the Kenich role and that started most of this, obviously he didn't say anything in the beginning to start this, but you get what I mean. He took the job, which obviously then caused a lot of voice actors to get angry at him. And obviously he says, hey, I know tensions are high, but don't do this. Jesus, if you're sending death threats to anyone on my behalf, too far. Sorry this happened to you, Kiba. Now this is in response to a voice actor called Kiba Walker. I'm pretty sure they also work on a HoYoverse game themselves. They've actually deactivated their account, so I can't actually see what the original tweet was, but I remember seeing it whenever I saved this tweet in the first place, and it was, you know, a death threat on behalf of Jacob. I'm pretty sure they named him by name in the email, which again is absolutely crazy. You know, doing it on their behalf is just like, okay, this is so dumb. And obviously he says, now I'm saying that it wasn't just Kiba. Come on guys, way too far. Suicide and death threats, no, just no, knock it off. Now obviously, you know, a lot of people down in the comments as well saying, with respect, tensions would decrease significantly if you recognized and spoke publicly on the fact that the voice actors aren't bullying you. If you truly didn't know about the strike, say so. If you did, say so. But voice actors are going to keep attacked until then. Which again, obviously, a lot of people just want a response to the situation from him. Which again, obviously, some people saying, you've not caused anything or done anything wrong, don't apologize. You know, I feel like it is a bit of a weird situation. I think there's a lot of stuff to kind of consider, which is why a lot of people are very confused about what is actually going on in the first place. And now, obviously, you know, a lot of people have been wondering whether he actually knew about the strikes going on and stuff with Kinich and everything like that, and whether he, you know, actually knew anything about it. And that's why, maybe that's why the reason he took the job, because he didn't actually know that the strikes were going on. And there was actually someone as well who was another voice actor who knew him, I'm guessing. And he said that, you know, apparently he didn't know about the strikes, and that, you know, he confirmed that he didn't know about them. But Jacob himself actually hasn't said anything about that. So again, we don't actually know fully if he doesn't know anything about the strikes, or if that was the reason why he took the job was because he didn't know. But even so, even if he did decide to take it and he knew about them, you know, there is nothing stopping him from doing it. He's a guy that lives in Japan, and, you know, he can do whatever he wants. There is no such thing as, you know, the unions and stuff that exist in America over in Japan. You know, he's not part of that union. It's not a thing. So again, I feel like he's totally free to take that job, but obviously these kind of voice actors are, you know, attacking him for doing that. Now, obviously, if you keep going over to Paimon's voice actor, Karina, obviously saying, you know, she's also been getting death threats as well in her emails, saying, guys, don't worry, my white blood cells are already trying to do that. It's just a matter of time, be patient, which obviously she's referring to her disability. Obviously, she's got like autoimmune disease or whatever. I think, yeah, autoimmune. And pretty much they say, please, you know, I'm not going to say it, else I might get demonetized, but you can see essentially what is going on. Obviously, they would, you know, they mentioned Jacob and Kinich and stuff like that. So again, there's even more. They say, haha, same from Kaylee Mills, sorry, and they are another voice actor, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. But again, you know, even more people replying to this saying they've also gotten one. Now, you know, obviously some people are saying that they always get these. Like she said, I think Karina said somewhere that she actually just gets these on a regular anyways in the first place. Yeah, here we go. I've been getting emails like this since I announced Paimon, just the announcement. Which, again, that kind of reply, you know, I do think that, you know, it is terrible that she's getting these kind of threats in the first place. But that reply kind of had me a little bit confused, because if you've been getting these all this time, why wouldn't you be posting these and saying, hey guys, I've been getting this, can this stop since the start? Why now? Why is it now, with all this Jacob stuff going on, that you feel the need to kind of post something like this? Because if you've been getting it the entire time, you should have been posting about this years ago, not at a situation where you need it and it will make you look better. But again, it's terrible. It's terrible that it's happening, but at the same time, it feels like, you know, this is just at a very convenient time to post this, which feels a little bit weird, especially considering a lot of the previous tweets that they posted. Now, obviously, the final tweet as well from Karina, actually, she posted a PC Gamer article, which is actually incorrect, which is very, very funny. Obviously, there's a rated proposed community note here, and essentially this covers, you know, the situation that is going on. And obviously, PC Gamer is a, you know, very respected source in terms of news. Now, obviously, you know, this person replies here saying, with a screenshot from the article saying Takanashi has written this as through John, I don't know how to say that name, I'm very sorry. And they say, who has been voicing the character for half a decade, stepped down from the role due to illness or tragic accident, which obviously is incorrect. Kidditch hasn't been around for half a decade. Unless Genshin Impact has actually flew away that far, and time has flied like 5 years in the future. He hasn't been voicing Kidditch for half a decade, and obviously Corinna's saying, yeah, I'm not sure why they've done that, which again is so weird because again it's trying to make people feel bad for them because obviously, you know, it's like it's been a half a decade. Oh my god, it's been so long. He's been voicing it for centuries, and all of a sudden they replaced him. No, Kidditch has been around for like what, a year, if that. I'm not actually sure. I'm not sure whenever Kidditch came out. Definitely let me know down in the comments. But again, it definitely seems like, you know, a lot of these people are trying to go against, you know, everyone else pretty much. And the voice actors are definitely creating this really weird environment at the moment between them. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of falling outs and maybe even more firings in the future. Not even firings, but maybe resignations. Whether that's due to the strikes themselves or whether it's due to the fact that all of these voice actors are now arguing with each other and maybe they're not even going to be able to face each other in the studio anymore. Which again, it's kind of crazy because they've just kind of like self-imploded, which, you know, yeah, they've kind of caused that themselves. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, see ya.